Hey guys, Jackie here. I just wanted to share a dream with you guys that I had 4 years ago. Now you have to remember this is a time before I was walking as close to the Lord as I am today. I wasn't in the Word every day. I wasn't. I was praying before I went to bed, that type of thing. But I wasn't talking to God on a daily basis, on one-on-one. Um, so anyways, I've seen a lot of people share their videos and their experiences about dreams and stuff, and I really just feel the need to share this dream that I had. It was pretty magnificent. I don't know how else to explain it. Um, it seemed so real too. It had me shook up. I woke up literally soaked and I was wet from head to toe. I had to jump in the shower right away because I was pretty soaked. So anyways, I'll just tell you what happened in the dream. Me and my sister were with our children. We were in a small room. Um, it was like a small building on a busy street. So I don't know what your town or what city you live in, but picture, if you will, a Broadway or the main road of your city or street. Well, it was kind of like an apartment, I guess, a one building apartment. Anyways, we're in there with our kids, and the kids are playing, and we're just talking. And all of a sudden, we see this. I see this bright light, and so it catches my eye. So I look out the window, and what I see in the sky is like it's blood red, and um, I've never. I want to say blood red, but I can't really explain it. It's almost like a mist, but it's also red. But right as soon as it hit, it was like from the sky below, it turned into like a red mist. And then these big fireballs were just like falling out of this sky. I mean, you could no longer see clouds. You couldn't see the sun anymore. It was like pure red blackness, if you will. All these fireballs are falling everywhere. And it's really hot. And I remember looking off the walls in my dream, and it was steaming hot, and you could just smell fire, but not like regular fire. It was I don't really know how to explain it. It was just really hot and it stunk. So anyways, and I remember hearing God's voice in the dream, and he said um to not be afraid. To tell his people that it's time, or that it's to be ready. Well, at that point, I'm looking out the window still, and within like a few seconds of the dream, all these different weather changes happened at the same time. So, right as soon as those fireballs were falling, and then you could feel like the ground was really hot and moist, and it was smoking up like through the floor that we were standing in. Then all of a sudden, there was a tornado and just winds that were like ripping buildings apart. I remember in the dream I kept looking out the window and looking at my sister, and we were fine, but whatever environment that was happening outside actually happened inside our room too, if that makes sense. But we were being protected. We didn't get burnt or anything like that. And so anyways, this tornado's ripping through the town, and these winds, like I'm talking like hurricane winds, and there's some water, so I know it was a hurricane, but there was a lot of winds. I just remember that. And then as soon as that was done, like right after, then there was like hail, and then it froze, and the walls were frozen, and it was really cold. I remember seeing our breath in the dreams, and our kids. You think they would be like frantic, running around the house or whatever. Well, they weren't. They were right by our side, kind of watching and just wondering what was going on, but they weren't scared. They had a peace that was over them that I found pretty fascinating, especially for children. Uh, okay, so then after that, um, I heard him say, and I don't know what this has to do with anything, guys, but I just I was like, what are we supposed to do? Because remember, I wasn't walking with the Lord at this time, so I didn't have a lot of Bible knowledge about the end times or anything like that. So um, I was like, where are we supposed to go? And he said, gather my people. And then I remember sometime in the dream, it wasn't exactly at that moment, but um, Canada popped in my head, and I don't know why. I still wonder about that. Um, it's, I don't know, but anyways, and then uh, right as soon as that happened, me and my sister were gathering our kids, and we're gathering, whatever things we can, like putting them in backpacks, like food and that type of thing. And then as we opened the door, it was as if there was a war zone. And right out in the street, there were people running up and down the street, and cars, had been caught on fire, and kids are running around, and families are running and screaming, and all this chaos, and people were burning, they were on fire, and there were some people that were dead. There were dead bodies everywhere. And I remember, like, specifically,
This is kind of creepy. I don't know. It's weird. This little boy was running across the street, and he couldn't have been any older than like 2. And these people that were driving in a car were so scared of what had just happened, they didn't care for that life. That little child, they ran him right over, and he just flew up in the air and landed on the windshield. And then, just all chaos, anything you can think of. People were outside, missing limbs and arms and walking around, and some people, it was just screaming. And then through all of that chaos, there was a group of people, and it was a small group, but it was a group of Christians, and they had these white robes on them, and then they were walking with signs, and it said, "The Lord is here, the Lord is here," and they're just walking around protesting, proclaiming, that Jesus is the Lord, and Jesus is God, and people are spitting at them, and people are shoving them out of their ways as they're trying to run from, trying to escape this whole thing, which of course they can't escape because there's nowhere to go. And then, that was pretty much my dream. We walked out, we took our kids, and we started going down the roads and stuff, and we started to pick up people that were hurting and crying and laying on the side of the road. We started to tell them about Jesus, and then we all just walked, and we walked with the group. And I remember we were talking to these people that were in the Christian group, and we were saying, "Well, where are you guys going?" And they say, "We're going wherever the Lord tells us to go." And I don't know why, but I think that's when Canada kind of popped in my head. I don't know if that means anything, but anyways, it was a really interesting dream. I just really wanted to share it with you guys. It was so realistic, and I woke up, like I said, sweating, and so much that I had to jump in the shower because I was soaked from head to toe. After that, that's when I really started to read the Bible a little bit more, and I know a lot of people have told me to stay away from the Book of Revelations because it would scare me. I started in the Book of Revelations after that dream. I wanted to know what was up. So, anyways, it's pretty interesting. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. All right, thanks, and talk to you later.